Here we have a challenge that you're going to face when you want to attach a headboard or a footboard to a metal bed frame. At one end of the bed frame, you have this bracket that most cases will be able to make up to the headboard or footboard. At the other end of the bed frame, all we have is this piece of angle iron with no way to attach the headboard. The other issue is that the typical bed frame is only about 70 inches long, whereas your standard double bed box spring is 75 inches long, and your queen size box spring and mattress are typically 80 inches long. In other words, we're a little bit short here. At Tech Team, we have two different sets of brackets that are designed to allow the attachment of a headboard or footboard, and also are long enough to make up the difference in length. First, we have Tech Team's number 712 extension bracket set, which is 16.5 inches long and is really perfect if you're going to extend the bed frame enough for a double mattress box spring combination, which is 75 inches long. It of course also can be used if you're going to extend the frame to accommodate an 80-inch long queen size box spring and mattress. One thing you need to do is do the math and realize that our frame is already 70 inches long, and this bracket is 16.5 inches long, and your box spring mattress combination is going to be 80 inches long, and you want to allow at least an inch, inch and a half of extra space so that everything fits nice and easily. What you're going to end up with is about 5 to 6 inches of overlap when you attach the bracket to the frame. And then everything is going to have to fit absolutely perfectly so you get a good, secure fit. Now we step up to Tech Team's number 928 extension bracket set. First thing you notice is that this is 19.5 inches long, and that gives you an additional 3 inches to play with when you're trying to get this set up on your bed frame so that you get a good, secure fit. One thing you notice on both the smaller 712 bracket and the larger 928 bracket are these slots that are cut into the top side of the angle iron. You're probably wondering what the purpose of these slots is. Well, take a look here. What you see is a rivet that holds the cross member of the bed frame. And these slots allow our extension piece to ride over that rivet. If we didn't have the slot, what would happen is the extension would ride over the rivet and we would not have a good, secure fit. One of the big reasons people have problems with extension sets is that the slot is not big enough and the maximum reach you can get is limited by the length of that slot. What that means is that on a double-sized mattress box spring, this is just perfect. It takes you out past the 75 inches and you're good to go. When it comes to a queen-size mattress box spring, now you have to move this over and out to here to get enough extension so you have the full 81 inches. Now when that happens, you have fewer options as far as the necessary holes for attaching the extension to the frame, and that means you may have to drill an extra hole. To help make this an easier challenge when you're working with a queen-size box spring and mattress, in addition to making the 928 19.5 inches long, we've cut 2 slots into the rail, and each slot is 4 inches long. The typical bed frame is made in numerous different factories, and they're all going to do something a little bit different. So there's no guarantee that the rivet you find on one bed frame is going to be the same as you find on other bed frames. That's why we made this longer, and we've given you a lot of options to make it easier to get this to set up right the first time without doing a lot of extra work. For this particular frame setup, we've decided to put the bracket just ahead of the rivet. And what this is going to do is this is going to give us about 82.5 inches, which actually is just perfect because now we can easily fit that box spring and mattress into here and we'll have a nice setup. Now if you happen to have a headboard from a double bed and you want to fit it to your queen size, one of the things you have to worry about is the width. Now in a typical queen size bed, it's 60 inches. But what happens if you use the other bracket is that there's not enough reach to make up to a double bed size headboard. We've also designed this bracket set with an extra large mounting plate at the end of it. If you compare this to the mounting plate on a typical bed frame extension bracket set, you'll see that it is a lot larger both in width and in height. You also note the size and length of the slots compared to a standard size bracket. This gives you a wide range of latitude to attach an odd size headboard or footboard, and then you don't have to go out and buy an interface bracket to make up the difference. The set comes with all the necessary hardware, and as you can see here, we've used 2 of the screws. The only tool you need is a number 2 Phillips screwdriver and a pair of pliers to hold back on the nut on the other side. We've got our bracket mounted in place, and here we are, exactly 82 inches, which is just perfect for a standard queen size box spring and mattress. Take a look here. You'll also notice that the various holes and slots in the bracket make it a cinch to make a good, effective connection to the headboard or footboard. In addition, these brackets are made from 3mm thick carbon steel, which is substantially thicker and stronger than just about anything else you find in the market. Whether you're dealing with a double-sized bed or a queen-size bed with a queen-size box spring and mattress, these are absolutely the best extension brackets that you can buy.